I'd really like to open Villa Bologna up to people who are really interested in it, and the segment of the market which I think it could attract is a cultural tourist. People who come to Malta are interested in our history and culture, and Villa Bologna has it all really, especially in terms of architecture and a really beautiful garden. So it's fantastic that we've managed to get this funding, which is going into quite a few really important projects which have to be done quite urgently. A lot of it is to do with the masonry, the Maltese stone, which corrodes very easily, and other stuff is due to damage, maybe more recent damage, like war damage on one of the fountains we'll see. Villa Bologna is already used for events. In fact, it's very well known for having big weddings over here, but we'd like to diversify a bit and attract people from the overseas market, so corporate events and perhaps smaller weddings, so people who have an interest in, again, the history and culture of it, who can come and hold an event in a really exclusive, unique venue. And another field in which the ERDF funding has really helped us upgrade the product, not only by restoration but also by putting up the marquee, which addresses a problem of seasonality, which always affected Villa Bologna, because there are these wonderful big gardens, but when it comes to adverse weather, or the risk of adverse weather, even in May or April, it was always difficult for us to convince people to have an event here because there wasn't any backup. Apart from the gardens and the architecture, there's the interesting people who lived here, which is also very much part of Malta's history, because it was built by a prominent member of the Maltese bourgeois class in the 18th century, the Uditoria Grek, who worked for the Grand Master. It was then inherited eventually by Lord Strickland, who was also very much involved in Maltese politics and Maltese history. And of course it was the birthplace as well of Mabel Strickland, who lived here a long time. So it's been very much tied into the history of Malta, and these personalities are going to be brought back to life as well. So another part of the project is marketing all this stuff we're talking about, because it's all very well having a great product, but without marketing there's no point in doing that. So we're trying to twin it with maybe San Anton, or sort of market the region of Malta, the three villages, as being an interesting place to visit, because there's not only San Anton Gardens, but there's also Villa Bologna, there's also now the President's Kitchen Garden, there are the churches, there's a lot to see. And we'll be doing that by having a really good website, and by having really good brochures, and by maybe having audio guides or some similar kind of thing which will bring it to life when people visit.